Hi, I'm Kristen.
And I'm Charles.
And today we're talking about
The X-Files.
Slow blinks.
The X-Files. I think of this as one of those fundamental sci-fi 90s shows.
We talked about Kolchak the Night Stalker pretty recently. Mm-hmm. This is the spiritual successor to that show. That show had a lot of influence on this one.
Why did we pick The X-Files?
Well, I picked The X-Files because it's one of my favorite shows of all time. I specifically didn't want to choose an incredibly popular episode. I wanted to choose one that is generally considered one of the weaker episodes of the season. X-Files traditionally had their lore-heavy episodes, but then they do these fun standalone episodes with a monster, and that's what we've chosen. We have chosen Season 1, Episode 19, Shapes. And Season 1, the show was very much finding its feet.
So finding its feet, do you think those were human feet or little creature feet?
Something that can change its steps from human tracks to animal tracks.
That sounds intriguing.
Yes, and that's the premise of this episode. This is a Native American episode of X-Files. And this was an era of the 90s where magical Native Americans were kind of a big thing in pop culture. Mm-hmm. This episode does not feature Graham Greene, which for a Native American episode of pop culture in the 90s was pretty impressive.
I think it should have, and I think that it did inspire the movie Dances with Wolves.
Did you look which order these came out in?
No, I'm going to stake my reputation on it. This episode inspired Dances with Wolves.
There have been some great films made, like Forrest Gump, The Piano, Dances with Wolves.
I saw that one. Now, the native guy was okay. Should have got the Oscar. But the rest of it was a yawn. Now, what they needed there was one of those buffalo to get backed up with methane. He'll catch his hoof on a piece of flint and go off like a big furry grenade. Kaboom! Talk about your burgers to go.
This episode takes place at a fictional Native American reservation. One of the cool things about this episode that I learned just reading a bit behind the scenes stuff is that it was filmed on a Wild West town that exists in a area outside of Vancouver that is entirely for film. Mm-hmm. Do you remember the name of the tribe?
Why is my brain saying Trejo now? That's not it.
Danny Trejo tribe.
The Danny Trejo tribe.
Not me.
Also not in this episode. Trego.
So this is the fictional Trego tribe. It takes place in an area of Montana that would absolutely be
the
Blackfoot Indian Reservation. Mm-hmm. We've theorized that they chose to come up with their own Native American tribe so that they didn't have to try to represent actual Blackfoot traditions.
We looked it up. It's filmed in Canada, right?
Yes, filmed in Vancouver.
So these probably would have been First Nations people.
The mythological roots of this X-Files episode are Algonquin, when they use the word Manitou, which is Algonquin.
I thought Manitous lived in Florida.
So this episode is about a man who can turn into a sea cow, but on land.
Rolling a fat manatee into a creek.
Yeah, in Montana. And just being like,
how did they get here?
We're sorry, Tyler. We'll figure out what happened to you.
Okay, it starts out with an attack from a creature on a ranch. And you see a man who looks an awful lot like Sam Elliott, but it's not Sam Elliott.
A Sam Elliott type.
Loading a shotgun.
Right.
He runs out into the storm, and his son is there. His son is attacked by a creature, and he shoots it.
Yes.
They go over to see what it was. There's just a human laying there.
So like most episodes of The X-Files, the next scene after the credits is the agents arriving to speak to the people involved in the event. They are obviously investigating why Stan Elliott, Parker, right, Jim Parker, whatever, he is being charged with killing this guy for being on his property. He has his attorney there. The attorney makes a comment that, my client's here to answer questions about this incident and this incident only and not any previous legal situations at all.
So we can't talk about Mr. Parker's federal court case against the Trego Indian Reservation.
That's exactly what I mean.
Now, wait just a damn second.
Jim, don't say a word.
No, this ain't the time for that lawyer crap. I want to get this out in the open.
You people think I went and killed me an Indian just because we're having an argument about where my land ends and their land begins.
We want to settle that peacefully in court.
Well, Joseph Goodensnake is dead with a wound from your shotgun to indicate otherwise.
Why do you have your attorney there, man?
I suppose if I were here in our side of the story, it might not hold up too well.
We also learn that Lyle, the son, has nasty scars.
Yeah.
And he shows them to Mulder. And it was like, look, an animal attacked me. We did not just shoot a random person.
Right.
We shot an animal.
And Mulder's convinced immediately, because Mulder's always convinced immediately.
So they kind of look around a bit, and there's what is very clearly a taxidermy cow under a blanket. Mulder finds tracks of human and then
Animal.
Same, boom, transitions right to animal.
Impossible to fake.
Mulder also finds a gross, like, skin glove.
Yes, it's supposed to be shedded skin, clearly. We thought it looked a little bit like provolone.
Yeah.
That had been left in the dirt. Very gross.
So then they're in the car with the gross provolone glove.
I suspect that the Parkers knowingly killed Joe Goodensnake, but they hardly seem the type to skin their victim.
Besides which, police and coroner's report make no mention of such an act.
Okay, I've never tried to skin anybody. I want to make that very clear.
Okay, fair. That's a good warning.
But I also don't think that it would just look like a piece of shedded skin. I feel like there would be a lot of...
No, and I don't want to think about it too much.
Yeah, so they got to go find the sheriff.
They go speak to the sheriff. The sheriff is played by actor Michael Horse, who most people will probably recognize immediately. He plays the deputy on Twin Peaks.
And then also David Duchovny played a character, a DEA agent named Denise.
In my mind, I would love to see Dale Cooper and Fox Mulder investigate some ghost. I really like Michael Horse. I really like his interaction with the agents. He's got some really great one-liners in this episode.
So they find him in a bar, and before they find him, he's actually sort of taunted by a different Native American man who we find out is called Ish.
Go home up there.
How'd you know?
Could smell you a mile away.
Well, they told me that even though my deodorant's made for a woman, it's strong enough for a man.
I was at Wounded Knee in 1973. And what I learned fighting the FBI is, you don't believe in us, and we don't believe in you.
I want to believe.
Why are you here?
We're looking for any individuals who might be able to provide information on the homicide of Joe
We're looking
Goodensnake.
for anything that can create human tracks in one step and animal tracks in the next.
What Parker and his kid killed was my brother. And you're all too afraid of some stupid Indian legend to do anything. I hate it.
Go ahead.
And I hate suits who are always here when they want something from us.
Goodensnake's body's in my office.
So they go with the sheriff to his office because that's where the body is. Outside of his office, we see two men with painted faces, and he tells them that they are guardians of the dead and they're supposed to help the dead man's spirit move to the next realm. But he makes them stand outside because he keeps spiritual stuff outside and police work inside.
And I think that's a good separation of
Church and
state. It's tribal land, so it's its own state. But anyway.
The woman in the pool hall said that people were afraid of some Indian legend. What do they believe happened in the Parker case?
Look, I'm not a park ranger here to answer all your questions about Indians. Whenever I need federal help, I never get it. Since this case falls under the jurisdiction of the FBI, you're entitled to examine the body. So let's get it over with.
What do they find?
The body.
Sure. Also, there's a part where it really looks like Mulder is about to give the dead man mouth to mouth, and I just think it's too late for resuscitation.
Mulder, yeah, it's your heart's in the right place, but he's done, dude. He's done.
He's gone.
But instead,
he opens his mouth and finds fangs. The weird thing is, I don't know if it's something to do with the way they did the close-up, but they put the fangs on the wrong teeth. They put them on incisors. So you have like central incisors, and then
you want them on the canines.
He calls them the canines when he pulls out the x-rays. Later there's a scene with a man wolfing out, as it were, and they did put the teeth on the actual canines. And I think you can see before he opens his mouth that he has something in.
Yeah.
Hi.
Mulder and Scully look at the body. They're walking to their car, and Scully is confused. She's like, this happens a lot, where Scully have the conversation with Mulder, where she says, "Mulder, why are we here?"
The very first X-File, initiated by J. Edgar Hoover himself in 1946. During World War II, a series of murders occurred in and around the Northwest, 7 here in Browning alone. In 1946, police cornered what they believed to be such an animal in a cabin in Glacier National Park. They shot it, but when they went in to retrieve the carcass, they found only the body of Richard Watkins.
This file indicates that they started again in 1954.
In 59, 64, 78, and now again in 94. But
here it comes.
These animal man-related murders predate the oldest X-File by 150 years. Members of the Lewis and Clark expedition wrote of Indian men who could change their shape into that of a wolf.
We don't think that that's true.
I don't think that is true. We studied Lewis and Clark.
That
I
didn't
don't remember anything about that.
If that would have been a part of the story, I would remember it, and it's the only thing I would remember.
Mulder, what this folder describes is called lycanthropy. It's a type of insanity in which an individual believes that he can turn into a wolf.
Because there are animist people shapeshifting into animal traditions worldwide, there was a belief that lycanthropy was a cultural psychosis. You have to be in an environment that has the myth of werewolves to believe that you are one.
I want to believe.
So they get out of the car, and they're at a funeral. We see Joseph's body wrapped up on a pyre.
Right.
And there's some ritual kind of going on around him.
We get the sound of a red-tailed hawk. Plays a couple times this episode. It is the generic, you get it with your keyboard.
You don't even pair it with the stock footage, so come on, guys.
Yeah, exactly. It's stock sound, stock footage. And what you want is stock footage of a bald eagle and then the red-tailed hawk sound.
Yeah.
That.
So Scully goes up to Gwen and offers her condolences. Gwen says as part of the ritual, she has to give away her brother's possessions and give Scully some kind of keychain or something. It's got a claw on it.
Maybe a bear claw, maybe a wolf claw. I'm not a claw guy.
Mm-hmm. Bear claws are delicious, though.
Yeah, and it's not that. So wolf claw, probably.
So probably a wolf claw.
I really love the audacity that the FBI would show up at a Native American funeral and just start asking people questions.
Mulder asks one question.
But what I want to know is off the record. What do you think really happened?
Your explanation, Agent Mulder, is lying on that burial platform. Why don't you just accept that and go home?
Charlie, do you believe in shape-shifting?
This is a funeral.
So I don't know what their traditions are, but it cuts to dark and then they light the pyre.
Right.
So I recently read this book from the library. From Here to Eternity by Caitlin Doty. And I believe one of the first chapters is a funeral in Crestone, Colorado that has an outdoor pyre. And she talks about how long it takes for the pyre to work like a natural cremation. It takes hours and hours and hours. So the one that she attends actually starts first thing in the morning, just right at sunrise. This is going to be an all-night event.
Yeah, which is fine. They really use the cooking on television sort of. That's probably not the best term.
Oh, no.
But I just mean it's oh, we're going to make these buns and they put them in the oven and they take them out and they're already done. And you're that's 45 minutes you just skipped there.
Yeah, I cremated this body earlier.
So we knew that we were going to be in a rush, so I did cremate a body earlier.
Here you go.
Here you go. This is kind of what it will look like when this one's done. That's
messed up.
That's messed up.
Don't joke about that. Well, so while they're watching the cremation, they hear horse footsteps. Horse hoofs?
Yeah.
Horse footsteps.
Horse footsteps. Here's the sound of an approaching horse.
I don't know what to call that.
Get out of here! Please, I just want to show my respect.
I don't want your respects. I want your heart to grow cold. I want you to feel what I'm feeling.
I think you better leave, Mr. Parker.
I wish your brother could be here. I wish that more than anything else.
Now we cut to not Sam Elliott, Stan Elliott.
Drinking a whiskey.
Drinking. It's the next morning. Scully kind of looks at the body and then goes and talks to the sheriff and just says, like, hey, this looks like a large animal or somebody who is trying to make it look like a large animal.
Right, exactly.
So they kind of split up and search the grounds a little bit for clues. I think Mulder finds more hair and skin, provolone. And then Scully sees cages where they keep animals, and there's like a mountain lion that I think can throw its voice because they play some noises that it doesn't open its mouth for.
It's one of those ventriloquist mountain lions.
That you hear so
Makes
much
them
about.
such dangerous predators.
Yeah, because you don't
You're
even
like, there's
know.
one around this corner, it's above you.
And she sees somebody, Lyle, is laying on the ground.
She bundles him up, takes him to the hospital, correct?
Yep, the hospital scene is just Scully talking to Lyle and Lyle talking about how he got drunk. Scully asks if he saw his father last night. He has like kind of a vague memory of seeing him, but doesn't remember talking to him.
I saw him kind of from a distance, and then I my vision, I just kind of zoom in on him real fast, and he's like, oh!
But I didn't talk to him. Why?
Your father's dead. I'm sorry.
Was it my fault? By going to the funeral, did it anger them into killing my father?
I don't know.
And now we cut to a cabin.
Right.
Who's in this cabin?
Mulder and the sheriff and Ish. In this scene, Ish provides a little bit more information about the mythology. It's the Algonquin Manitou spirit. Manitou, I think that there was a lot of pushback probably to this episode in the way that it used the word Manitou. A Manitou is just a spirit.
Oh, and then he like flatters Fox Mulder by being like, I could tell you're one of the good white FBI agents.
Which is crazy for a guy who was at Wounded Knee.
You even have an Indian name. Fox.
Now tell me, Ish, what did you see?
The tray goes. We realize that Watkins had been attacked by what the Algonquins call the Manitou. An evil spirit capable of changing a man into a beast. The man returns to his true self, unaware of what has happened. The cycle begins anew the next day. This continues until death.
The police killed him.
But the Manitou rose again.
8 years later. But with Watkins dead, how could there have been an attack by a Manitou?
Watkins had a son. It could be passed along bloodlines.
When?
What happened, Gwen? What are you running away from?
I saw it. I saw it kill Parker. But Parker was on the porch. And then this thing. This animal. Oh my God. I've never been so scared.
Bring her inside.
Mulder tries to call the hospital.
Right.
And talks to a doctor. And the doctor says,
hey, I'm super psyched to give you some private medical information about this guy. We found some of his father's blood type in his system. The only way it could be there is through ingestion.
the werewolf is actually Lyle now. So Lyle and Scully get back to the ranch. Lights are completely out. Production knows that these costumes are not going to look good in bright lighting. All of a sudden, Lyle's not feeling too good.
Tum-tum.
Get me to the tum-tum room.
Maybe he ate something that isn't agreeing with him. And he's doing kind of the standard, like, get out of here! Oh!
So she tries to like pick the lock, and then the door is attacked by a big furry arm.
jump me downstairs and I lost my gun.
I heard her come up here. Come on.
You all right?
Oh my God. He was in the bathroom sick, and then the next thing I knew, we were attacked by the mountain lion.
It wasn't the mountain lion, Scully.
It's still in a cage out back.
They said that they were going to say goodbye to Gwen, but she already left.
She left town.
And the
Apparently,
sheriff says
she got rid of all of her stuff.
she got rid of all of her belongings.
And just got the heck out of there.
The sheriff says maybe she saw something that she wasn't ready to understand, staring directly at Scully. And Scully says maybe she did.
And
Girl.
they say bye to the sheriff, and Ish comes out and is like, "Hey, FBI, see you in 8 years." I shouldn't do an accent. Oh my God.
You can do the voice a little.
I can do it a little. I'm so sorry. Fox is like, "I hope not." And then they drive away.
And that's the episode. We get one more hawk.
We do really love X-Files. It's nice to be able to talk about a kind of a silly episode. All right, well, thank you everybody, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Goodbye.
We do have this as our prop today because we don't actually have X-Files on DVDs. So I'm going to say that this is from the Trego tribe.
And if you can actually identify what tribe this is from, it's a little fun little secret for you.